When I said I was going to make some changes to my studio, I didn't quite anticipate the impact that it would have. Now, an art studio, a creative space for someone can mean so much in so many different ways, and I feel like I am 90% of the way there to having my dream space, somewhere that I can not only create videos, websites, etc., but also create my artwork and store it appropriately as well. So I emptied my studio, and it is incredible how much of a change flooring can make, as well as a little bit of change in the furniture that you have. Hi, my name's Charlotte, and welcome to the revamp of my art studio. So a little bit of tour of the studio space now. My Kallax unit that is here used to be along this wall, and I had that large fire door desk here. This is now where it originally was when I first moved into the studio, at the back of the wall. I now have an additional Kallax unit of 4x2 here with a small desk, and then I have my original desk just in the corner by the doors. This means that I'm going to get some really nice space here to do a lot of my artwork. I can almost have a double desk whilst I'm working, which I'm really excited about because sometimes I do need that extra space. I am worried that some of my larger line drawing pieces won't fit on here. However, I do have kind of space off, as well as propping it onto my desk and the unit. But it also means that from here to where you are, so almost a full arm's width of me, I have space for my desk chair, and it means that it just flows a little bit more. It just feels a lot clearer. And then in the corner, I've got that cream chair. I thought I was going to get rid of it in this space, but turns out it's working really well in the corner there, and it means that I just have that extra area to chill. The dog can come in here and sit on there because it's right next to the radiator, so it's a lovely warm space right in that corner. And then with an update in kind of movement of flooring, so you can see this lovely flooring here. It's going to be wonderful to do some quilting on it later in the year, and even lay out sort of a couple of larger pieces if I wanted to. But I also have updated my gallery wall. So I actually have two gallery wall space areas now of where I have other people's artwork. So this one is the main artwork wall. So I have everything from artists around the country, original works, and a couple of prints in there, and even one of my older pieces that I did way back when, I believe in GCSE. So this is probably one of the most local ones, and a piece that I was gifted from my husband. You've got Rhiannon Beardsaw in the corners here with some gorgeous work. There's a lot of layer and depth. When the lighting's a bit better in here, because unfortunately the sun hasn't risen yet, I will give you another show of these so you can really get the depth and perspective in. The two in the black frames are my two newest works. I recently got them from artists that I met at a local art fair, and I'm really happy that I did pick them up because I ummed and ahed, and by the second time we went round I was like, no, I do want these. They caught my attention, I'm still thinking about them, so I went ahead and purchased them. And for me, that's what art's about. Not only am I a cow lover, but I'm also a plant lover, so these are kind of the two ends of my spectrum in terms of things that I love and things that evoke emotion in me. I've got my Emma Howell original as well, and that is something that I really love. I've watched Emma's work for a good 5+ years now, so that piece is dated 2020, and she's a real inspiration to me, let's put it that way. So that work is a good reminder for me of what I can achieve, and that my art doesn't necessarily have to be this absolute perfect thing. It can be something emotional. And in the other corner of the studio, right above my desk, so the small Kallax desk is here. Kallax desk? It's the one that comes out into the room, and then my big desk is here. So I'm going to have my screen in the corner, so then I can be almost anywhere in the room if I want to watch a movie and such. However, this is more of a personal wall, so I've got a couple of prints from artists, but these are some items that I've made, and then photos of me and my husband, because he is a real inspiration to me too, so he deserves his space in here. My plan for today is to try and get as much in here as I can. Whether that's sorted or not, I don't know. However, I know that I kind of need to get my artwork and all my materials out of our main living space to bring the rest of the house back to life, because it is everywhere. So my plan is I'm going to have 3 baskets so that I can have a keep, a I don't know, and a get rid of / sell. I think the most important thing for me is to try and keep this a calm space, because previously there was just so much going on, and now with artwork filling the walls, I really want to be able to capture sort of that state that I like to go in when I create, and that's going to be my main thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to achieve that. I know that I need a space as well for recording, so making sure that I have space for you is quite important to me, because I want to continue my YouTube at the pace that I'm at. So we shall see, we shall come on this journey together. I do need to go off and grab a couple of bits before we get started, clean the window, have breakfast, etc., because I've just jumped straight in here. The dog also needs feeding, so I'm going to go ahead and do my daily tasks, my morning tasks, and I'll meet you back here hopefully when the sun has risen a little bit more, so we have more daylight and less of these. So I'll see you in a minute. I'm back, and as you can see, there's a couple of new things in here, including a lovely desk chair and the drawers that I needed to pick up, as well as some boxes just behind me here. So I've already decided to bring in the first selection. These were all the drawers in the black drawer units that used to sit under the fire desk in the corner. So I thought this is a place where I just dumped a load of stuff. I haven't looked through it in ages. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to organise things into the boxes in different sections. So you've got, for example, sketchbooks, notebooks, / stationery, art supplies, materials, that kind of thing. And then I'm going to have a separate pile which is just for the bin, and then a separate pile for things that I want to give other artists, as well as things that could go to charity. So with a whole massive stack of things, because this is just the start, I better get going. I got into a bit of a flow. So my next stop is to sort out these drawers, which I've had to shuffle things around to make sure that they fit how I want them to. However, if I can get these drawers sorted, that is a lot of my problem solved. I've already sorted these 2 drawers, and I've just got to sort out these 8. I'm going to put them in the order in which they should go in. However, I'm probably going to change that, as behind my unit I have a set of heating pipes for our heat pump, so it does get quite warm in that section. So I might change that area into like a drawing area with all my drawing supplies, and then I'll probably put my paints either under my desk or in the Kallax unit here, so that they're a little bit more easily accessible. Also, because I have different varying sized pots and tubes, it will just be a little bit easier to sort of see what I have. However, it depends on how much stationery I have, which is behind me, as that's getting quite a big pile. So it depends how I organise all this, depends on what I do. However, this lot definitely needs sorting out. So I've managed to move 50%. Nah, I feel like I'm giving myself too little credit. I think I've moved about 75% of my artwork stuff in here. I've got a load of framed items as well as some, what else have I got? Start again. So I've moved about 75% of my artwork stuff in here. So everything from paints, pens, kind of all the itty bitty bits that sort were coming in. I've managed to do a massive sort. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. For example, paper that was destroyed. I've gotten rid of items that I've never used in the 5 years that we've been in this house, and it's been really cathartic and has made me realise actually there's a lot of materials that I would like to use, and I've started a basket of that to almost remind me like, hey, I'm here, I'm ready to be used. So that's really exciting to have, and it will be within arm's reach. I am going to stop this video here today because there's only so much sorting through that I feel like you guys want to see. However, I will be back for yourself within the next couple of weeks to finish off this space. Personally, I'm going to try and get this done today because that just means I have kind of the rest of the week to be able to do everything. And that means for me, I am able to just get things done, especially considering I have a whole pile by the window that is stuff that shouldn't be in here. So for example, clearing that out, sorting it through, getting rid of it, in terms of putting it around the rest of the house, or as I say, selling it, giving it away, getting the husband to sort through it. That also means I have all my crafting items. So I want to have all my wool and all my fabric and cross stitches in here. So I'm gonna get on with that next week for yourself, next couple of weeks, but in a minute for me, because I just want it to kind of have a nice little bow on it. And I feel like getting that done will allow me to shuffle some bits around and hopefully get at least everything in here so it's cleared from the rest of the house, which was my ultimate aim today. This one, now he's realised that I'm in here most of the time, he has settled down with me and he is really enjoying that chair. So that's the other reason why I'm kind of going to switch to my crafting stuff, is because a load of my canvases need to sit behind me in this behind this chair, and I do not want to disturb him because he is just being adorable. I need to figure out really boring stuff like where to put my bin and things like that, and I need to get my screen in. There's just lots of bits to do. Nothing really has a home at the moment other than the canvases up on the Calyx unit that you saw earlier. So it'll be really good to kind of, as I say, give things a home and make sure that I am settled in the space. So I'm really excited to continue, and I feel really kind of like pumped to be able to almost deliver this today. So I shall bid you adieu, and I shall see you next time.